Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for today's video. This is the Unbreakable Bedrock Season 2, and this is Episode 18. Today, I started out here by the sugarcane farm because there is a real big need that I have. So, there have been a lot of people, there's been at least someone here for a while, and there's plenty of sugar cane here. So we can actually come here and get a fair amount of sugar, or sugar cane, which we're going to need to be able to do rockets. We now have elytra, and so we can fly, but there is another need to be able to fly, and that is gunpowder. In today's episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here to the ocean somewhere, and I am going to build a mob farm. Now, this mob farm, I'm going to include the link in the description, but it is a mob farm that Pixel Riffs built in his Minecraft survival guide series. And so that way you can watch the video and see exactly how to build it. I don't plan on showing step by step how to build it. I'm just going to go ahead and build it. So I am here at the mob farm, and so I have several levels on it. Then I have the roof, and then it goes all the way up. I've added scaffolding because Mobmaster doesn't have elytra yet, and I wanted to give him access to be able to AFK here. And so what I've done is I've cleared out the chests up here. So there's 3 chests here. Above the 3 chests, it leads, there's maybe I can go over here and show you. There's some hoppers up here that lead into the chest. Above the hoppers are some campfires. And then above that is this platform. And so there's water leading into the center where all the mobs will drop, and they'll be on the campfires and they die. And then they drop their loot into the chest. And so I have the chests all emptied out, and I am going to AFK for about 30 minutes, I think. And we're going to see just exactly how much loot I get in 30 minutes. So I'm going to start the time when I reach the AFK spot up at the top. Okay, time is going to start now. So I have been up here for about a half an hour, and so I am going to go ahead and fly down and check out what loot we got in the chest. Wow, there's a lot of mobs up there being hurt. So I'm going to wait just a moment until all that is done. Okay, let's take a look here. So let me organize things a little bit in here so we can kind of take this in an orderly fashion. Well, I'm not going to have as much of a problem with bone meal for a while. So let me empty some of my inventory out in the shulker box here. And I think we'll be okay with that. So let me move things around a little bit real quick. Okay. And there is some loot in there from earlier that when I emptied the chests out. So let's grab the bone or the gunpowder, as that's the main thing I'm here for anyway. And then last but not least, the arrows, which I really don't need. Okay, so alright, almost 4 stacks of string, a little over 4 stacks of bones, a little over 4 stacks of rotten flesh, and almost 5 stacks of gunpowder, and then probably about 4 stacks of arrows, which, like I said, isn't really that big of a deal to me. So I'm over here with the villagers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trade the rotten flesh with this guy. And then I'm going to trade the string with this guy. As much as I can. Okay, and that got me 29 emeralds, so I can get some more books. And that is exactly why I wanted to do this mob farm, so I could trade books with the, or trade things with the villagers and get items. Plus now I'll have plenty of bone meal to grow plants and be able to trade there. I think what I might do, because there's just a little bit of time left in the video. It's not a very long video so far, so I didn't really spend a great amount of time on that video, or on building the the mob farm. We had base tours last night for the server, and everybody was here at the base. And now things are a little bit disorganized, but that's okay. We had a blast. I was trying to record and ran into some computer issues, and so I was not able to record the whole thing. I was able to record some of it, and I don't want to be unfair to the ones that I wasn't able to record, and so I figured I'm just not gonna show any of the recording. Here we are in the end, and so I know that where we were was in the northeast quadrant, or the northwest. We did go over some towards the northeast, and I think I'm actually gonna go to the southeast because another player showed a map that they had explored in the end, and they were mostly on the west side. So you're gonna notice that there's at least one more portal, maybe two more portals that have popped up. But we're gonna go ahead and fly out, and this is always fun to fly in the void. But all I do is just kind of pick a direction, get up to at least 150 on the y-axis, and then just fly. We found the city, and there is no ship, so I am gonna pass it up. Woohoo! Here's another city, and it's got a ship. Awesome. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my shield on. We're going to turn the coordinates off. And we're going to go ahead and drop down in here. Turns out the shield is kind of a little bit useless. Oh, with the bow. So looks like we're gonna float out here for a little bit.
Are you
Future Big Daddy
freaking
Fun
kidding me?
here. I will tell you at this point, I was very, very unhappy. I was upset at myself because I had potions of slow falling in my inventory on my hotbar and did not drink them. I tried to fly when I was falling, but I did not start flying. Here I was, I lost everything. It was at this point in time that I was starting to contemplate some life choices. I should have never tried going to the end city when I did. It was very late at night. I was very tired. And so I was not really thinking very clearly, apparently. So I also contemplated,
Okay.
should I cut this part out of the video? And I thought, no, I'm going to leave this in because I want to show you this happens to a lot of us. I know you'll watch videos all the time of guys that go to the end. They take on ocean monuments. They take on woodland mansions. They take on nether fortresses, and they never die. If you're a player like I am, and you go to these places and you die, this is exactly what you do. In my case, since I died in the end, I knew that I needed to have some kind of armor. Not just any armor, but I needed to try to get the best armor that I could possibly put on. Also, since I was going to the end and I did not have Elytra, I was hoping to get Elytra from a city that was going to be closer to the center island. And so what I knew I needed to do was try to get a Mending and Unbreaking 3 book so I could put that onto the Elytra, and that way the Elytra would last while I fly to the city where I died. Fortunately, I was recording when I died and when I landed at the city, so I was able to look at the footage and see exactly where that city was. Along with the Mending and Unbreaking 3 book, I made sure to make an anvil so I could take that with and I could put it on the Elytra. I had some rockets, but I wanted to make sure that I had plenty enough rockets to go with me, so I grabbed some sugarcane, and fortunately, I had just got done getting a bunch of gunpowder so I could craft some more rockets. I had some potions of healing in a shulker box yet, but I did not have any potions of slow falling, so I needed to brew up some potions of slow falling. And you better believe if I need them this time, I'm gonna use them. When I started making the trip to the end, I made sure to make some extra steak, and I took a bunch of golden carrots with me. Now it turns out I don't have much food. So I had a little bit of food in a chest that I could cook up. I had some carrots and some gold so I could make some golden carrots. I also grabbed a bunch of netherrack. I maybe cheated just a little bit because I looked on Chunk Base to see where a city would be with the ship along the way to the city where I died. I needed to bridge out quite a bit until I finally got to that city. Then I pillared up to the ship and I got Elytra. Even with all my planning, you can look in my inventory and realize I don't have my anvil. Don't even have an ender chest. Yes, and if you heard that, it was at that point that I realized I didn't have an ender chest, so I couldn't get my anvil. I had a full inventory, didn't have an ender chest, didn't have a shulker box, didn't have an anvil. What was I gonna do? Just a little piece of advice. If you're gonna go to an end city, you really want to take a bow with you. A bow, and if you have infinity, at least one arrow. I had no bow with me. Working my way through the city, I found a ender chest, so I solved that problem. But the problem was, to fight any of the shulkers, I had to do close-up combat because I just had a sword and not a bow. Finally, I got to the ender chest. I was able to set up the anvil. But now I realized I had another problem. After combining the bending and unbreaking 3, I didn't have enough experience points to put those onto the elytra. I organized my inventory and then I battled some more shulkers until I finally got enough experience points that I could put mending and unbreaking 3 onto the elytra. I grabbed some more loot from the chests, and I made my way out of that city and headed to the one where I died. There the city is where I died. Now the question is, will I be able to get my stuff back? Did my stuff despawn? Yes, I got all my stuff back. Everything. I was so happy to have my bow back and all my diamond armor and all my diamond tools, my other pair of elytra. And so now it was time to head home. That turned out to be a whole lot more of an adventure than I had anticipated. So, wow, I need to, I almost need to collect my thoughts after all of that. So I'm trying to clear out some room here because I really want to go through these shulker boxes. I finished sorting everything out. This shulker box is full of items that I had prior to going to the end. And then in this one, I have the shulker shells. I didn't pick up a whole lot more shulker shells because, well, the first city I died pretty early. And then the other cities, I wasn't really worried so much about the shulker shells as I was trying to get some experience points so I could get the elytra and I could go get my stuff back. But anyway, in this shulker box, I've got just some end city blocks, which, you know, that's not anything really big. A shulker head, a saddle, some chests, some gold, or some iron, some gold, horse armor, some beetroot seeds, some iron armor and sword and tools. And then I also got some other horse armor and another saddle. And then in this chest, I got several diamond items, which blast protection, I'm not looking for that. I already have respiration. The leggings, I think I've already got. Yeah, I've got leggings with protection 4, and this got Curse of Binding. I don't want to use that. Protection 3, fire protection, and so that's not much of anything. The boots aren't half bad. I'm going to put those over here just because when I go to make my backup gear, I'll have Depth Strider. And then the pickaxe has Mending on Breaking and Curse of Vanishing. The same, almost the same as this, so I'm probably going to combine this one and this one together to get the Mending on Breaking the Fortune. And then I just need to put Efficiency 5 on it. I know it's got Curse of Vanishing, but I'm not really all that worried about it. Then over here I got an Efficiency 4 on Breaking 3 pickaxe. I've got a Knockback 2 and Looting 2 sword. So that's not bad. I'll probably combine that with this one. I did get another pair of elytra just to show you I still have my elytra on. And I think, actually I think this is the one that I got at that ship so that I could go back and get my stuff, and this one is my original elytra. Then I got an Unbreaking 3 shovel and a Fortune 3 pickaxe. I've got Protection 4 and Unbreaking leggings, which again, those are going to be backup, and that'll be the backup to the backup, and then of course the boots. So I didn't make out half bad with everything in the end. Thank you for watching today's video. I appreciate you joining me for this adventure. It has been quite interesting, and I really did not think it was going to turn out to be quite like it was, but it was quite interesting. I am happy that you came along with me and joined me for the ride. So I do appreciate each and every one of you that watch my videos. I do appreciate you, and I will catch you the next time. Until then, I'm Big Daddy Fun.